Explaining why objects sink or float makes science interesting. Designing ships, it's really fantastic. Designing air and water travel means the top of evolution, and all that are based on a scientific law of the 3rd century BCE. Take this ball and put it in water and see what will happen. As we see here, the ball floats in water. Now let's take the same ball and fill it with water and see what will happen. As we see, the ball sinks. Density is one of the properties of a fluid, and it is equal to the mass per unit volume. Buoyancy is also a property of the properties of a fluid, and it is lucky because one of the greatest scientists had mentioned it in his principle known as Archimedes' principle. He said every object which is immersed whether fully or partially in a fluid receives from that fluid an upward force contracting the force of gravity. We call that force the buoyant force, and it is equal to what? Equal to the weight of the displaced fluid. Turn to our two examples. In the first example, you may say there is no buoyant force, and in the second example, you may say there is no force of gravity. I would say they are not playing hide and seek with each other. In the first example, the force of gravity is greater than the buoyant force. That's why the ball sinks. And in the second example, we have the buoyant force greater than the force of gravity. That's why the ball floats. But how can we measure the buoyant force? Or in other words, how can we put a number to the buoyant force? The buoyant force is equal to the density of the liquid times V, the volume of what? The volume of the displaced fluid times the acceleration due to gravity. This video we learned about Archimedes' principle and one of the properties of a fluid, buoyancy, through an experiment and some demonstrations. Thank you so much.